Happy New Year 2023. Incidentally, my topic is also relating to 2023. During this time, India's challenges. You are aware that India has been facing tough challenges since 2020. The challenges like COVID-19, challenges like Chinese incursion in Ladakh, and from the beginning of 2022, the war started in Ukraine after invasion of Russian attempts. All three are the very big task. Anyway, question arises here is, can India convert these challenges into opportunities? We have to go back then in the past, track record. What kind of India faced challenges in the past? How India has overcome all these problems, all these challenges. India has developed a unique ability to convert challenges into opportunities. This is the inherent political culture of India. This is the outlook of India. This is a positive outlook of India. This is the secret of the growth of India. Whatever it is, the first kind of big task, big challenge India faced in the beginning of independence was food crisis, food shortage. Just 5 years prior to independence, 1947, India had seen Great Bengal famine, very dangerous, which led almost 3 million dead of starvation. The food shortage still continues in 47 also and afterwards, almost till 1960s. This is a fact. India asked USA to provide food grain, wheat. You know how a senator reacted? He said that India, being the beggar of the world, is begging wheat from USA. This is his remark. This is on record. India cannot forget it, this kind of humiliations. Then this was a challenge for India. This challenge led to the beginning of 5-year planning, which was resulted into the Great Green Revolution. Now India is no longer importer, India is exporter. Same USA asking today to open grain market of India. USA is facing tough competition from India as regards the food production is concerned. See the sea change, the attitude. This is number one. Then other challenge was educational and technological. You know that Indian had to go to England for a simple degree of law. No sufficient law college here. No sufficient number of medical college, engineering college, technical college. India took it as a challenge. Many IITs were open, medical colleges were open, many schools were open. So see the attitude. Then 1962, one of the most humiliating incident that China attacked India, which led to many armed force institutions. And that was seen in practice, the impact of these institutions in 1967 when India had very badly beaten China. India had decisively beaten Pakistan in 1971. The same India took the challenges and converted into opportunities. Now 1991, USA forced Russia that not to supply cryogenic engine to India after Soviet Union collapsed. Russia did not give it to them, give it to India, despite the fact that India had paid in advance the full payment. But India took it as a challenge. Within 3 to 4 years only, India developed better cryogenic engine than that of engine India was supposed to get it from Russia. See the outcome of the ISRO. Again, 1998, USA sanctioned India due to nuclear test. This was a problem. Then again another problem started, 2008, global financial crisis. Then of course recently COVID, Russian war, everything. In all such challenges, India has not only waded through the difficulties, but India also emerged stronger. India put economy back on rail and high growth path. This is a fact. This is the attitude of India, as I have explained. Now this is all about the past, that India is capable of winning over the problems and converting into opportunities. Now let's see the current crisis. The current crisis, the biggest one and the first one is belligerent China. This is not a problem has come overnight. This is a long problem. China has been a potential threat on national security of India. As I said, China had incursion in Ladakh, and before that it was Doklam. Now for the first time, China turned her face towards Tawang of Arunachal. One Chinese ancient military strategist, his name is Sun Tzu. He said that winning hundreds of wars by fighting it is not a great thing. The great thing, in fact, is to win war without fight it. This is known as grey zone warfare. This grey zone warfare has been followed in practice by the current president of China, Xi Jinping. He came into power in 2012, and then he followed this grey zone warfare from 2013. According to this, following this warfare, China has been coercing India right from the border to the international affairs. This is what the purpose is there of this kind of war. The objective of this kind of policy is to force India to turn her face from China and to give signal to China to go ahead, just to pull it down before them. This is the purpose. So grey zone warfare, in fact, is not a war, but a kind of tension, war tension, to achieve the purpose of the war without fighting it. This is the purpose of behind it. Now, this is the one kind of problem India faces. Now, other problem India has been facing is the conceptualizing roadmap. Unless your roadmap is fully conceptualized, it's clear about it, what way you are going and where are you going, you cannot achieve anything. Conceptualizing roadmap has three aspects. First one is non-alignment and multi-alignment. Second one is the strategic autonomy. And the third one is soft power diplomacy. Let us take one by one. As regards non-alignment is concerned, it means India followed non-alignment during Cold War era. India did not align to either of the two power blocs. This is non-alignment. Now Cold War is over. No two power bloc is there. Then automatically it appears that non-alignment has lost its relevance. Today India's need is different, slightly different. India needs today not only Russia but also USA. Even India needs today China too. India needs America in Indian Pacific zone. Therefore India joined with them in Quad. India needs Russia in Central Asia. India needs China also, despite the problem on border. India needs China for bilateral trade. Therefore, India has joined BRICS. India has joined SCO, RIM, where China is also there, Russia is also there. So India needs everyone. So dynamics has been changed. You cannot afford to be aloof from anyone completely. Nobody is your too much friend, nobody is your too much enemy, hostile. So you have to be talkative. You have to have communication with everyone. This is the concept of multi-alignment. So America is no longer untouchable for India. India has developed relation with America. So non-alignment is India's ideology of foreign policy. And multi-alignment is in practice. Non-alignment is kept in mind. And multi-alignment is in the hand. So it has to be categorically conceptualized. Otherwise, a confusion at every step should be there. And this is a challenge India has to overcome by conceptualizing properly these things. Now, number two is strategic autonomy. The meaning is that independent foreign policy. India has declared 2013 to follow strategic autonomy. But the problem is, it has not been clarified how this strategic autonomy followed officially, declared officially in 2013, is different from those policies India followed earlier under non-alignment. Had India no foreign policy independent? Or India foreign policy suddenly got independence? So all confusions are there. India has to overcome all these confusions. These are big strategic challenges. Then soft power diplomacy means, again, the same. India has been following, in other words, call it defensive foreign policy right from the beginning. You call it defensive, you call it soft power, only term is different. Western countries have loaded these terms on the shoulder of others. India has old experience of it. This matter has to be clarified to everyone. The soft power diplomacy is not new for India. It's a very old thing. India has much experience of it. Then other aspect of challenge today is geopolitical. As regards geopolitical is concerned, it's a very complex one. It's not easy one to understand. So you just keep into mind, India holds prestigious presidency of two big global organizations of G20 and Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It's not easy task to handle it. India has to coordinate. India has to forge consensus on common global issues among all 20 big industries, big countries. Moreover, 2023 is another significant time, as it is a pre-election year for India. At this juncture, it's not very easy to handle both extremes. The one is presidency of these institutions, and the other is belligerent China. So this is India's test of patience and attitudes. Let us see how India overcome on it. Now, other challenge is suborn inflation and sagging export. These two are enough. These two are potential to lower down India's economic growth. So India has to be careful. India has to save its growth. However, good thing is that the inflation, retail inflation rather, has been falling lately from 7% to 5.5%. Though it is not enough, but somehow positive development. But still it is elevated, it is not complete. slowing down global growth and cooling demands, global demands, may affect India's export. This is a very important thing. New forecast has come that India's goods export may shrink to 2% and grow only 1.5%. This is another challenge, how to cover it. Then, but one good thing is also here. The bank's balance sheet is encouraging, is growing due to the raising interest rate on FD. A lot of money is there in the bank. This is a positive aspect. Then other importance is also there that India is a world's fifth largest economy. Fifth largest economy, India means India is one of the rich country along fifth of the world as regards the wealth is concerned, property is concerned, GDP is concerned. But on the other hand, other reality is also very important. That India stands at 107th position on global starvation list, hunger index. So both are conflicting to each other. One way you are one of the fifth richest country in the world. Other way, you are as poor, your number comes 107. Only few countries, 10 to 8 countries are poorer than you. Rest of the countries are better. So narrow down this big gap is not an easy task. India has to undertake it. This is all about the current problem India has been facing. This is all about the current challenges and India's preparedness. Now at the end, let us see analysis. The first part of analysis is that global power dynamics is shifting very fast. And India, being a fast growing global power, cannot take eyes off from the growing global power equations. Cannot undermine it. Number two is the importance of middle power. Middle power like India, like Indonesia, like Saudi Arabia, like Turkey, like Brazil, like South Africa, all these countries known as middle power. And India is a leading amongst them. How far? It's true. I'll give you an example. India had imported S-400 defense missile from Russia. And everyone was talking that India would be sanctioned by USA due to war in Ukraine. But what happened? USA did not sanction at all. But USA sanctioned Turkey, despite the fact that Turkey is a NATO partner. India is not a NATO partner. Turkey was sanctioned on the same issue. Turkey also imported S-400 missiles. See the difference. It shows India's strength, growing strength. Number two, that even Turkey-like country also stands with India as regards not following US sanction against Russia after the war in Ukraine. Both are in the same queue. Turkey being NATO partner is not accepting US policy of sanction as like Russia. So it shows that these middle power are growing it. Now as regards India's diplomacy is concerned, India's diplomacy right from the beginning till today has failed to keep China and Pakistan separate, to join hands against India. They have some kind of, may not be openly fighting from the same front, one front, but they have some kind of secret, policies. Let us see. Then how it happens? 1962 war from China, followed by Pakistan war in 1965. Then also 1963, ceding POK by Pakistan to China. It shows that some secret is there behind them. Then let us see Doklam. After Doklam, Pulwama follows. One action of China followed by the action of Pakistan. So India, that's why I said India has to develop a kind of policy to keep China and Pakistan separate. India needs to be reconsidered on it. As regards domestic political scene is concerned, public opinion was blinded by misinformation of media on the recently held Chinese incursion in Arunachal. So information was not given properly, public opinion was not properly formed. Even Parliament failed to discuss the issue on the floor of Parliament. Had Parliament done it, Parliament would have demonstrated national unity to show to China, look, that if you do it like this in future, whole India would be against you, not only a ruling party. This would have been done. India failed to do it. As regards the soft power policy is concerned, as I said, soft power policy in the Indian terms is a defensive policy. India has been following this policy right from the day of Nehru till Narendra Modi. This is a fact. Even both Nehru and Narendra Modi are following too much persuasion, policy of too much persuasion, appeasement, passive and defensive policy towards China. Reality, China has not taken it positively. China has taken it India's weakness. Whether it is Mao Zedong or it is Xi Jinping, all are the same because all are following after 62 the kind of grey zone warfare, as I said earlier. India is yet to counter Chinese grey zone warfare with a suitable military strategy. Whatever it is, the fact remains that India has potential to tide over such difficulties and to formulate a suitable roadmap to put into action. So this is all about the topic today. Thank you very much, each and every one of you.
Thank you.